Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to put together our easel. I've laid out the parts as simply as I can, and we'll start off by taking this part here. So you'll see this has a lip in the middle and two slots that run the whole way through. We'll take this, we're going to pair that this part here. This is going to go onto the top, so you're going to match this lip up with this one and they just slot together like so. Then we are going to take this part here, still quite small, it has a slot in the bottom, that's for the bottom of this to pop into, just like that. Move on to the next bits. Okay, so next we're going to put the sides on, so our two side legs. These long wooden poles here will have screw holes in the side. You have one at the top and one at the bottom, and you'll see there's a slot here and a slot there to slide into the sides of these crosswood planks that we've just put on. So we'll pop one side on and I'll show you how that goes in. So we'll line this up this way, push this side in and push that side in. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. Get the bottom in, just like so, that's it, and then we'll pop the top in, just like that. Okay, fantastic. So now these are in, you will have in your bag of screws 4 screws that are all identical. These are not your smallest screw. I would say, so this is your smallest screw for comparison, so this is the size that you're after. These are going to go into the screw holes on the side, so again I'll show you how that works. On the side there is a screw hole here. I'm going to tighten it up a little bit just by hand before we make it permanent, so just in there is where we want it, and then the same further down, which will be down there as well, and you do that on both sides. Okay, now these are all screwed together nice and tight. We're going to take our bracket here. This is the only bracket you'll have in your pack. Then you're going to take your smallest screws here, and we're going to position our bracket roughly about there, and we're going to use our little screws and we'll pop them in here so they're nice and tight. I can do these by hand first just to sort of show you roughly where we're going. Actually, let's take the drill, let's get it on. So about here is where we're going. Get those 3 in and then we'll come back. Okay, now our bracket is all screwed in. We're going to take our last long piece. This is going to work as the 3rd foot. Now you'll see on here that it has a hole in the top, a slot down the side. So this is what's going to be attached to our bracket, and this is where your supports are going to go. Okay, so you will need one of these golden bolts with a small wing nut on it. We're going to push this in between. You should see there's a hole in the side of the bracket, so we'll feed the bolt through there and tie on the other side with the wing nut.
Now we're going to do the supports. So these are your supports. They'll have holes on both ends. What you should have left are 2 long bolts and 2 of the shorter bolts. So for your supports, you're going to need to use these longer ones, both of these. So let's take the wing nut off, take off the washer. In the side here, there is a fixing hole. This is for your bolt to go through. So we're going to take one of our supports and feed the screw through that. Okay, push it right in. We're going to push this through the hole. You see it should come out here on the other side. I will then take the second support that goes onto the other side. Then we're going to add our washer and then tighten it all together with a wing nut. You don't have to over tighten this, just enough that it holds it all together. Same process applies with the next part, which is going to be on that third foot. We're going to take another long bolt, and again you're going to use your support through that third foot, through your other support, add the washer, then the wing nut. So we'll do that now. So through here, pull this up, it's going to go through third foot, through the hole on your other support, just like that. Add the washer and then tighten it together with the wing nut. Okay. Next, you should have 2 pieces left. One that's long and one that is short. The shorter piece we're going to put on the top here. So you should only have your short bolts left. So take one of these. Again, we'll take the wing nut off, we'll take the washer off, we're going to put this about here, it's a little closer. I'm going to feed the bolt through first, then the washer, and then the wing nut. And we'll tighten that up a little bit so it doesn't need to move anywhere. And then we can do the same on the bottom here. So again, on the bottom, line up the slot that's there, just like so. It will rest on the bar that's here. And you can raise that and adjust it as and where you need to. Same process will apply. We will do bolt all the way through, then on the back it will be a washer and a wing nut. And once that is all together, you are done. You have a full working easel, nice and adjustable, all finished.